What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pure Buckets podcast. Today I'm here with the boy Cole, and it's just me and Cole today. I think Rohan may jump in. Not sure about that
Probs
one,
not.
but yeah. Today it's been a little bit since we dropped the Western Bottom Seeds. Not too long, but 4 days ago, at the time we're recording. And we just wanted to get to the Eastern side of things, of like why the teams that missed the play-in and playoffs miss a play in the playoffs in the East, and that's what this video is today.
Yeah,
So you
there.
wanna just
Yeah, I
dive right
got
into
you.
it?
Yeah, and the thing about the
Okay,
East too that's pretty good that we could do here is that the teams that missed out on the play-in, the bottom five, are the only five teams in that conference that actually finished with a losing record. So we'll just be taking a look, maybe why they had that losing record. Obviously, some of them are pretty obvious. They're not like they don't have like good rosters, and we'll talk about kind of like
yeah.
their future. And so, as per tradition of one episode, we will start off with the bottom first. So we'll start off with the second worst team in the league this year, the Orlando Magic.
So the Magic, they are obviously there's not too much to say with the Magic, but they're in a rebuild, right? We know what they're doing. If we look at the Magic's like roster, that it's as you can see, it's mostly just young guys. Like I don't know, the oldest player on their team. Hold on, pull it up real quick. But do you know who the oldest player on their team is?
It's definitely Robin Lopez. He is
Oh, yep.
34.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
I mean, yeah, they only have 3 players on the entire roster that have played more than 4 seasons.
They have Franz Wagner, Mobamba, obviously Markel Fultz. He's been injured, but
He's back
hopefully he
now. He's
comes
back.
back.
He is.
Back now, is he going out?
Uh, Let me check. I honestly
His
don't.
story is pretty sad, honestly.
Let me take a look specifically.
They have Bol now. So that's the thing. Jonathan
He's been
Isaac,
back. He's played in the last. Oh, he's played. Oh, those are all of his games. Yeah, he's been back with him.
and Wendell Carter Jr.
Fultz is he's averaging 11 and 5.5 assists coming off the bench. Oh, he's only played 20 minutes a game, so
Too bad.
yeah, he's not really their
kind of-
future anymore.
No, not anymore. I say it's Cole Anthony. No, how's Franz Wagner doing?
He's actually
Check.
really good. He's like a top 5 rookie this year.
Franz Wagner is averaging 15, 4, and 3. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's me.
3-point
Shooting
demon.
35% from 3 and 46, 47 from the field as a rookie is
Yeah,
really good.
starting 79 games is a great experience.
30 minutes a game, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's really good for them. And Cole Anthony's been balling, no? Cole Anthony's he's playing pretty good. He's averaging 16, 5, and 6.
Yeah, he's
Playing
improved
pretty well. He's shooting 40% from 3, basically 39%. But no. Oh, wow, actually. I read it completely wrong. He's shooting 39% from the field, which is very rough. That's not good. He's shooting at 34-ish% from 3. That's not very good. But he's still only 21. It's his second year in the league. I don't really see too much to be worried about there. He has improved from last season, so it's not too bad.
What do you think about this take? Actually, the other day I saw. I think it was yesterday, maybe. I saw an Orlando Magic executive said Wendell Carter Jr. has already solidified his spot in the top 10 of the centers of today. What do you think about that?
He's playing well.
We have to look at the list of centers.
Yeah, I don't think he's top 10. But okay, his stats I feel like might be slightly inflated. He's definitely good. He's averaging 15, 10, and 3. It's obviously good. It's an 18 PR, so that's obviously it points to being pretty good. But I just think the team that he's on just kind of inflates his stats a little bit. Like he wouldn't be doing this on an actually good team. You know what I mean? Like if you put him on like the Heat or I was about to say Lakers, they're not good. If you put him on the Heat, you put him on the Celtics, he's not gonna be doing this, right? It's just that the situation he's in allows him to get more shots. Like right now, he's shooting 11 times a game. Yeah. He's averaging 15, which is pretty good. But he's not even going to get 11 shots on any other team.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Let me just list like centers that are better than him already.
Go for it.
All right, Jokic. Right. You just say yes every time. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Jokic, Embiid.
Yep.
Gobert.
Yep.
Towns.
Yep.
Bam.
Yep.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
Vucevic.
Yep.
Capella.
Yep.
Jared Allen,
Yep.
Valanciunas,
Yep.
Miles Turner.
Yep.
All right, that's 11 names already.
And there's some we're probably forgetting, but like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't think he's top 10. That he or not he, the Magic executive is kind of tripping. Obviously, they want to gas up their guys, so it's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah, of
but
course they would.
nothing wrong with that. It's just it's not a good take.
Um, yeah, I remember they traded for Bol Bol this year, but I don't think he played a single game with the team yet. And then obviously the thing that I think honestly is like really hurting the Magic is Jonathan Isaac, he's so injury prone, dude. It's like every year it's so bad.
Facts. He
Yeah,
was supposed to be their guy, no?
he played 32 games, 34 games this year, like just under
Rookie
30 minutes a
season,
game.
he played 27.
Yeah,
It's
because he
rough.
hurt his knee this year, and it was just like all
Oh
over.
man.
I mean, he's not like their guy, but he was. I mean, they drafted him 6 overall a couple years ago. The Magic they've been like, not a poverty team, but they've been in the poverty recently. To where they just have like so many high draft picks. So obviously they have Jalen Suggs, who's the rookie this year. He was not really having that great of a year, I think. No, he's having a horrible year statistically. Yeah, awful year. Negative 1.6 win shares. What? I didn't even know you can go in the negatives.
I thought that stat does not go to what the hell?
88 offensive rating.
That's rough. That's really rough. 88? You're kidding.
He's just having a real bad year. I didn't know it was that bad.
I gotta go look right now.
I mean, his PER is 8.6. He puts
Wow.
up 12, 3.5, and 4.5. Which that's not that bad. He only wait.
With the
Has he
88
not been
offensive
playing?
rating? You're kidding me.
No, that's horrendous.
That's like God. That's the worst offensive rating I've ever seen.
Oh, he didn't play in the last. He didn't play in a lot of games. Is he having injury issues? I'm like so confused. He only played in half the games this year. What happened to him? Can I see his injury Can you see injury history?
Um,
I don't know how you
it
do
shows like there's a little section that like not like history. It shows like current
that.
injuries.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure
he's
about
not injured right now, so
previous.
I was like, whatever.
It says TOT like on the list if they've been out for a little while for injury.
All right, regardless, what do we have to say about the Magic though overall? I mean, like, do they have a future?
Yeah, I think they have a decent future. I mean, they're still very young. Very young. They're rebuilding. They have time to work with. They obviously have Franz Wagner, uh, Cole Anthony. They have Jalen Suggs.
Yeah,
But they do.
that's the dude we were talking
True.
about.
I just mind blanked on the name. But yeah, they have a lot of bright pieces. They're gonna get a really good pick this year too, right? Top
Yeah,
lottery for sure.
No, but they're gonna be like a top 3 pick again.
Which is good for them, and that's really good. They're gonna be having top picks for a while, and I think that'll be plenty of chance to improve. Because they're gonna be bad for a while, but I think they definitely have a future for sure.
All right, word. Okay, we'll move on now to the team above them, Detroit. I mean,
Detroit,
way better. I don't think they're way better than
way better situation.
Orlando.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, you
Just
get
having Cade Cunningham
Yeah,
is
facts.
just really good. Like he's averaging 17, 5, 5.
17 and a half, 5.5, 5.5. Come on now, don't short it.
True. He's balling, bro. There's not much I can say about him. He's been balling just like a lot of the rookies this season. So you seen Jalen Green? He's been lighting it up too. Yep. He's been balling. They're both balling. Also they have multiple pieces. Also the trade for what is it with my memory right now?
Who the king? Marvin Bagley.
Exactly, Marvin Bagley. Trade for Marvin Bagley is really good for him because I think it's like a new situation for him. He's
Mhm.
been in Sacramento so long, it just never worked, right?
Mhm.
It's a new situation. I think it's a good chance for him to be able to expand his horizon.
Yeah, he's already
in a
been shooting
whole-
the best in his entire career with these couple
Exactly.
games in Detroit.
I think if you just give him like a year or two, and I think he's start balling out.
Mhm.
Especially with Cade, and he's still pretty young, no?
Yeah. Who, Bagley?
Bagley is 22, dude. He's
23.
fine.
23. Yeah.
23. That's still super young. He's fine. He got
Yeah,
so
he's
much
putting
time.
up 14 and a half and 7 a game
Oh, that's like
with
his
Detroit.
future.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And he's only gonna get better.
Mhm.
Alongside Cade. I mean, Cade he plays point guard, right?
Mhm.
And I think his passing is only gonna just get better. be honest with you.
Yep.
And that's just gonna be good for everyone
They have a
around him.
lot of sneakily good players. As much as we like to make a joke about that phrasing, but like I love Sadiq Bey. He dropped a 50 bomb
Robinson.
earlier. Sadiq Bey
Yeah, true
is
too.
insane. Isaiah Stewart, that undersized center. He's just like a real bully ball. He's a really good. I feel like he's a really good talent. And then other players. Who else they got?
And that's a tradable piece. Jeremy
Drama.
Grant.
They still have Drama Grant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tradable. It's a whole tradable piece, but that's really good.
hmm So I mean, they have like it's the difference is like the Pistons have these young guys that have already like have some like really bop games and they've been playing kind of at like a different tier than all of the Orlando Magic players.
Max. So they have a bright future, right? And they
Mhm.
still missed the playoffs, so they're still gonna get a top 5 pick. So
I mean, they
they
still
have
finished with the third worst record.
it's fine though. They developing, you know.
No, but I'm saying like that for the pick is what you were talking about. I was
Oh
like, yeah, they're gonna get a really high pick still, most likely top
super
5.
high pick alongside this already good young talent is really gonna set them up for the future.
Mhm.
I think Cade has superstar potential. Yeah, what do you think?
Do you think he's the best player in the class? Let me rephrase. Do you think he's not like rookie of the
I'm
year, but do you
biased to
think
Jalen Green, but like he might be.
no? But do you think
Sure.
Cade has the highest ceiling?
Uh, not sure. Bro. Mobley's
I
really
would
kind of
say
balling.
Cade has the highest ceiling.
Ceiling, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I could determine the ceiling for sure, but I think all the big three of like Green, Mobley, and Cunningham. I think all three of those guys could be superstars. I just see it in them. Like Mobley, I think Mobley's that guy, bro. He's crazy. So young
He had
and
a good
so like
playoff game that it will play in, but his first like playoff intensity game, he had actually a pretty good game.
he didn't crumble completely under the pressure, which is good for. He's really young too.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he? He's 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's had a really good season this year. Have you seen his efficiency? 50% from the field. That's really good for a rookie. You know, obviously, he's a
Yeah.
power forward, but like still.
I still have Scotty Barnes as my rookie of the year, though.
Eddie Barnes. That's valid too.
I mean, it's
He's
valid
balling
too.
too. He's balling too. He's going crazy too. This rookie class is really good.
Who's your rookie of the year?
Didn't Mobley miss a lot of games?
I don't think he did, right?
He played 69-ish games, so.
Yeah,
not that bad.
69. What do you mean 69-ish?
Exactly 69
All
games.
right, he played only 5 less than
Played
Scotty.
69 games. I give it to Mobley.
Fair.
Because Mobley is playing well on both sides of the court.
Mm-hmm.
He's good offensively, and
Well,
he's
and
even
Scotty
better
isn't?
defensively. He is too, but I think Mobley's just better.
Look at the team that like Scotty Barnes has contributed so much more. I feel, that's kind of hard to say, but he's contributed to a better winning side.
Barnes is a lot better offensively, but just I think Mobley's more well-rounded defensively.
I mean, yeah, Mobley's the best defensive player to come out that class.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not. But just because he's so good defensively doesn't mean he's like bad offensively, because he's not either.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just more well-rounded than Scotty Barnes. And Scotty Barnes is just not like he's not a bad defender. He's just kind of average mid defender for a rookie. But like Mobley's an actual good defender, right? So that's why I would probably tip the hat in Mobley's favor.
I mean, I would still say Barnes is above average for rookie defenders. I wouldn't say he's an average rookie defender.
I was saying average for like league-wise.
Oh yeah, but Mobley's
Rookies-
already like.
Being average is like a rookie for like a lot of statistics for like league-wide is good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Detroit. How would you summarize
Good
them?
situation.
It's a good situation.
They're in a good spot. They have a lot of potential for the future.
When do you think their next playoff appearance is going to be?
Give it like 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
That's not even that bad, actually, though.
It's not. The 2 years, I think Cade's gonna be really good. Balling, they're gonna have some new draft picks. I think they can make the playoffs in 2 years. Maybe even less than that. Who knows?
There's no way they make it next year.
Who knows what happens in that offseason, bro?
I mean, you never know. Yeah, I mean, it's not
But
like
most
Detroit's
likely,
a
I'd say
big
2
signing
years.
place. Yeah, I'll say like 2 to 3. Whatever. All right, we'll move now on to Indiana.
They're in a similar situation to the other two that we just mentioned. Same thing. rebuild. Obviously.
Yeah, they finally. I remember when they pulled the trigger on that trade, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Indiana's finally doing it," because for so long they've had like a pretty decent side. Like their actual roster on paper was pretty
They were like
good.
a good team, but
And they'd
not a
make it to the
good
playoffs,
enough
play in
team.
or whatever. Yeah, exactly. They just weren't good enough.
Usually a first to second round exit every year.
Uh huh.
And that doesn't mean much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're perma that the players get better, but that doesn't mean they're gonna get further in the playoffs. They
Yep.
don't. They never do. Remember when the tickets were selling for like $4?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. You can get like Pacers tickets for $4. That's so funny. But yeah, I mean, defensive rating this year, they're 28th in the league. Their defensive wise, it's not been good. But you can't really, again, it's kind of hard to judge like statistics based off of like these tanking teams. Yeah, you know, I mean, they have a good roster though. They've been belittled by injuries though. Like, so their top 5 scorers have only played in like none of them. They've played in such little games, not even like halfway of the season. For the dudes that have played, so like Levert, who's gone, Sabonis is gone. You know, they've had injuries to both. What's the dude's name? T.J. Warren. Brogdon's been injured. A lot of injuries. So.
Remember what Warren was doing in that bubble, man?
Oh my goodness.
He had that phase where he was like Michael Jordan.
But I still love Miles Turner. It was pretty impressive that like so many teams wanted him. Like as a Hornets fan, I definitely wanted him, but they were like, "Nah, we're gonna keep him." And I was like, "All right, well, fair." And he's still putting up 3 blocks a game.
Potential Pacers trade that I told you about. I think we discussed it in a previous video.
Oh yeah.
The one where the Lakers sent Westbrook a pick, I think maybe THT, to the Pacers for Brogdon and I think Miles Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think, if they could pull it off, is a slam dunk, fantastic trade.
For who?
For the Lakers.
Oh.
No question.
Get rid of
Fantastic.
Westbrook?
You get rid of Westbrook, and you get a good point guard in Brogdon. You get a great center in Miles Turner. Like, you're chilling.
No, I thought it was Brogdon and Healed.
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah, it is Healed.
Yeah.
That's still also very good. They get that great shooter in Healed.
Yeah, they get two
Obviously-
They get 2 veteran, like solid guards that can shoot the ball decently well. So like.
Brogdon averaging like 20, bro. He can score.
Facts. And then Heald's just a spot up.
It's perfect for a LeBron team. But I don't think that trade will happen, to be real with you.
It'd be pretty good for Indiana because it would dish out 2 30-year-olds.
And the free
And they'd also get
salary cap too.
Yeah, well, they get Westbrook, but
But they can. I just buy out Westbrook.
how would you buy out that contract?
I don't know. Buy it out or just tank it for a year. I don't know. Just for a year.
But they'd
You
get
lose
2 picks anyways.
Brogdon has a long contract. Brogdon has a long contract. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but they'd get 2 first-round picks
True. Two. I thought the Lakers only had one
from a
more to
Lakers team
give.
that might flop. So
True. Those picks be mad valuable because by then LeBron's are gone. You know.
Mm-hmm. And then
that's
the
good.
Pacers also have a surprising like a top 10 rookie this year in Chris Duarte. So, I mean, top 10 rookie isn't really saying too much, but like, he actually was not bad for a good stretch of games. He was actually like pretty viable for the team. So, but I mean, there's nothing really much else you can say about the Pacers other than like they have names. They have more. They definitely have a lot more work to be done in terms of the front office. But it's just good to finally see them like have that rebuild mindset at least, because the Pacers haven't had that in a very long time. And let me see. I mean, yeah, you look at the Pacers' history. So they didn't make the playoffs last year, but before that, they made 9 of the last 10 postseasons, and they just couldn't do it.
Go anywhere. Exactly.
Well, they made it to twice. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but the last 5 times they've been to the playoffs, they lost round 1 all 5 times.
Jeez.
All while being
Yeah,
a very
this-
mediocre team.
Mediocrity, honestly, is bad. It's just so boring. 'Cause everyone knows what's gonna happen.
They only have one 50-plus win season in the last 20 years.
Seriously.
But they finish above 500 a lot because they're always in that, like, they're just above 500 range. That's why that's that mediocre.
That's lame though. That's not what you want. You gotta go for the rebuild and hope for greatness. Mid is boring. No one likes mid. No one likes mid, man.
But yeah. Any more thoughts on the Pacers?
Nah, not much. Honestly, I think we got covered everything.
Fair. I'll move
What
it
do you
up.
think about their future then?
Future.
Bright?
Well,
Not bright. What do you
the
think?
Pistons have the pieces. I think the Pistons have what they need right now, and then it's just like develop, and then maybe like make like a 1 or 2. Pacers need a lot more front office work still to go. I
They
feel
don't
like
have the pieces. They do not have the pieces. They have a young player in
Turner
Halliburton.
is
Very
good.
good start.
Halliburton's good, but like like what else we got going on really? Chris Duarte can become more of a spot up type, good role player for the team, but it's just kind of tough, especially since they're not gonna be like winning anytime like soon. So having Brogdon and Heel, 2 30-year-olds, kind of just take up Halliburton's space. It's kind of, I mean, not Heel per se, but Brogdon especially. So I think they just have a lot more things to do. So yeah, we'll move it on now to Washington. Very interesting team this year. Had a good stretch at the beginning of the season where they were one of the best teams in the league. I don't know if you remember that.
Anyway, I remember that.
Yeah.
They had a bright stretch. They were kind of balling for it a little bit.
Yeah, they were 10-3 to start the year,
Never again.
and then it just all fell off.
What do you think about their young talents? They have Porzingis. No?
Porzingis is not. No, he's been good for them.
I think like having Porzingis, Rui obviously, Kyle Kuzma. They have Denny Avdija, who has kind of been a bust honestly, but
A bust.
unless I'm mixing him up for my
I mean, it's not like he's
Yeah,
like
him.
brazy.
I mean, he's just kind of mid.
He's just a role
Average.
player. He played all 82 games this year. Only like 3 players did that.
Not playing the best, but it's not, who really cares for he doesn't play that much. So
Yeah, it's Washington anyways.
future isn't focused on them, so I think what ruined them, not making they might have been able to squeeze in like a 10-ish seed, is losing Bradley Beal. That just shut it down.
I
What do you
mean,
think?
yeah, I don't.
'Cause that was I think it was supposed to shut it down for them.
Yeah, that wrist injury on it was
Bradley Beal
over
was
2 months ago now.
Yeah.
So he hasn't played since post All-Star break.
He was playing decently well too. I think I just not having their best player, just because they don't have any. They have other options. Just they don't have someone who can like carry them like Beal can.
Mm-hmm.
And not having that, I think, is what cost them a lot of wins. And I think
Mhm.
if they did have him, the Wiz with Beal, I could see them being better than the Hornets for sure. Yeah, they would have made the play-in, I think. They might even been able to win a play-in series.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Are you sure? They played like the Hawks. I think it might maybe beat the Hawks with Beal. Who knows?
Now Hawks and the Hornets are different, bro.
Okay, this guy's a Hornets fanatic.
No, but you
weirdo.
can't. No, I mean, in one game, maybe.
Exactly.
I mean, anything can happen in one game.
They were okay. They were a 35 and 47 team mainly without Beal, but a lot of those wins come from earlier in the season with Beal. So they're worse than that record appears right now without Beal. So
What do you think
Yeah.
about Kyle Kuzma?
he's in a good spot.
He's so good this year.
I know he's in a good spot in Washington just because like he never got the true opportunity he needed on the Lakers because the Lakers were crowded up with a bunch of other players and talent. But when he went to Washington, he started every single game. He takes a lot more shots, and now he's averaging 17, which is fantastic. He's had kind of a career like spark.
I think people forgot though that Kuzma put up nearly 19 a game in his second year with Los Angeles.
Facts. He was, but then obviously can't do it anymore because AD came in. So
I mean, yeah, it's a different shift in the whole team, but
avoid
like
that.
people act like Kuzma was always like really bad, but that's just like not true.
It was never bad. He just inconsistent.
His offensive rating has always been bad. I won't lie. Like his advanced stats are not good by whatsoever, but like on service value, he's not bad.
Definitely not bad. You can't not put him in that category. He's still good. I think people like to poop on him because of that, like some of his funny moments in the playoffs. But he doesn't deserve to get
Kristaps
destroyed that badly.
has played 17 games for Washington. He's put up 22, 9, and 3, along with 1.5 blocks on 47.5% from the floor. Vibin.
That
He's good.
is good.
I think
It
that it
is
was
a
one of
new
those. It was one of
situation.
those weird situations where that Mavericks Wizards trade worked out. I think in like big favor for both teams, which we did not expect that. We were like, bro, what is what?
We did get again. They got I forgot blanking on his name. Obviously.
Mavericks got Spencer,
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie.
which worked out really
Hasn't
well.
Dinwiddie been playing kind of bad for them? Or am I tripping?
No, no, he was. I mean, statistically, or you want to just talk like impact? His impact is great. He's a good side brother
Okay. It's good.
to Luca.
Helping out Luca, yeah. Dude, the Mavericks are in shambles. Oh my
We'll talk about them, I
god.
guess, in another one. But
I'm so sad. We'll talk about it soon, but like I'm just sad about them. Anyways, I like.
yeah.
I don't think they have. They're not. Obviously, they're not rebuilding. That's not where they are. They have a few young pieces. I just think with Beal, they can. They're kind of like how the Pacers usually are. Mediocrity. They will not make a deep playoff run. At best, they make the play-in. If they make the playoffs, they'll have a first-round exit guaranteed. They will never
Yeah,
get to the
that's
second
completely
round.
true. That's why they need to just
They're
rebuild.
they're absolutely exactly. They should definitely go. They should trade Beal, get pieces to rebuild with. Like, I guess Beal wants to
I've
stay,
heard
but
Beal doesn't.
like
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave, does he? He's
just
he's
weird,
been
but
weird. He's been going like back and forth, so I don't really know what's going on there.
as a front office, I think it's best interest to just
Yeah.
clear him off. Keep the young guys like Kuzma, Kristaps. Just go in on the draft.
Well, here's the thing with Beal, his contract is what's not up, but
Massive,
he has
right?
a. Well, I mean, not as big as some other dudes, but my point is that he's like his regular contract is done now, and so he can accept his player option for next season if he wants to stay for just over 37 mil, but if he declines it, then he's a free agent for this free agency.
Really?
Yeah.
They might just trade him while they have. Oh, they don't have rights, do they? If he doesn't pick it up.
But I think there's like that whole thing where it's like he can decline it, but then because he doesn't want to get like the 1 year, and then he could sign like a bird rights deal for like 5 years with Washington type of stuff. I don't really know how it's supposed to work, but like all I know is that if he declines his player option, which I feel like he won't, but if he does, then he's a free agent. So then it's anybody's game.
I think they'll take that free bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
Why
stay for another
decline that?
year, 37 mil. Because you don't know anymore with these injuries, bro. Like if he gets injured again, I don't think a
Exactly.
lot of teams are gonna want to sign him for big money.
Yeah, that's super important to keep in mind. Because he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to sign as big of a contract this time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been injury prone. Which is definitely. Teams hate that. Especially when you're dropping that much money on a player.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want that. Well, what do you think? Think they have a bright future or what? I don't think so.
Washington compared to like Detroit, no.
They don't have the young pieces they need for a full.
Compared to Indiana,
They
no.
can't bank on any of these. Like, Detroit can bank on Cade Cunningham. Indiana can bank on Halliburton. But they're in a bit of a worse situation.
I
than
don't like
Detroit.
where Washington is right now.
They're
but
just in a bad spot, man. They
It's
don't have any
weird.
future.
Like if they, because that's the thing with Washington, they're an automatic playoff team. Like they're gonna be a top 8 seed if they just sign another like player to go with Beal. That's the thing. But it's like because they were in the playoffs with Westbrook. They had Westbrook and they made the
Yeah, but
playoffs.
be a contender, man. It's just not happening.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's like
It's like what do you want to chase? Do you want to chase being a first round exit every year? If you want to, sure. Or do you want to rebuild with a good start by trading Beal and getting somewhere, like actually getting somewhere? You got a nice pick this year, if they have the pick, but you should get a nice.
they just have a lot of old guards. They don't have any young guards on the team. Like not a single
these
one.
days.
All of their guards are old. So I think they need to really invest in more guards because right now it's Beal and then it's like what Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Like come on, but yeah, I like Porzingis there though. Porzingis in Washington's pretty good. That's like their big bright side. I feel like right now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll move it on then.
Kind
Yeah?
of future.
All right, we'll move on to
To
the
the
final team.
There's a lot to say about this team.
Yeah,
man.
lots to say about this team.
The Knicks, man. I don't even. Come on, man. What happened? Last year was so good. What happened?
Made the playoffs.
He made the playoffs. Randall was in MVP talks for like a few weeks. Like, dude,
Were they a 4 seed last
what
year?
happened? I don't remember. They were definitely like pretty high up, which is not what happened this season. Let's start talking about why. So the Knicks.
Wow, they did finish fourth.
All right.
You break it down.
Let's bring up their star player, their number one guy, the guy in New York right now, Julius Randle. Julius Dion Randle, his full name. Last season, he averaged 24 points per game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 41% from three, 45 from the
Lethal.
field, 41% from three. As how tall is he? A 6'8" power forward. That is lethal. That is crazy good. He was in MVP talks. He was the guy. People were like, "Holy crap, Julius Randle's crazy. He's like up next. He's so good." And then this season happened. I don't know what happened. He like fell off the face of the earth.
I mean, he's not like putting up bum numbers. I'm not
No,
gonna be
but like,
hitting-
look at his efficiency.
It's
What
not even
happened?
like a no, but I don't even think it's fell off the face of the earth. I think he dropped
He played-
off.
He dropped off pretty hard. He's averaging 4
Yeah,
less
no,
points
the
per
efficiency's
game.
the efficiency's mad.
Like last season, he shot 41% from three. You know what he's shooting this season?
Mm.
Not even 31%.
Offensive rating this year's 102.
Yikes, that's awful. What's his-
Yeah. Well, I've seen him. I've seen some Knicks things, and it's just horrendous. Like every fan's worst nightmare is like when they just throw it to Julius Randle. If Julius Randle gets the ball vipping, that dude is like gonna shoot it.
He's
like
not even a shooter anymore, dude.
Dude, like he's like going, he's like driving into the post, and he's just taking like horrible shots. He just takes such bad shots. It's his selection is what kills him.
Last year they had the 4th best defense in the league, bro. This year, they're like middle of the road, like 15, 16. Like,
I remember we
dude,
talked about the Knicks. We were like talking about like Tom Thibodeau and stuff. But I don't
he's a
really.
problem this year. I think he's known for his defense. He completely changed New York's defense, right? And it worked. But not this year. They're bad defensively. I
I mean, you
what
can't really blame
happened?
that on the coach though. Then, no.
don't know. Can you not though? Like, he is the one that controls the defense, huh?
Yeah, but you can't say that he came in and changed the team's defense and made it good last year. But then it's the same coach. He didn't change his tactics, like to this year.
I think Derrick Rose injury played a big part in just messing things up. Even though he's still just a role player, obviously, but also just Randall. I think the vibes in New York are just off. Cause last year, like, they seemed so happy, bro.
Well, let's just be honest. There's only 3 scorers on that team, and one of them is sadly enough Randall. You know,
Kind of bad when you're
taking horrible shots.
Is shooting
So the other two is
41%
RJ
field.
and then Fournier, but Fournier is like just a spot up kind of guy.
He's a role player, bro. What can you expect? Come on.
Like he's gonna deliver. Okay, he's gonna deliver something like a good amount of times if you give him the ball at the, like on the perimeter.
Yo, out the playoffs.
But like RJ's been actually like really stepping it up. I'm like really proud of him. Like he's having a good year. It's just Randall. Like when you have a leader, the leader of your team is Randall. You know, you got the big money contract, all-star first time. High expectations for the season. And you're telling me that you finished 8 games below 500?
I think this is what made this so much worse. Was just everyone expected them to. Some people at the end of last season, well, before the playoffs, were like, "Dang, this might be like the start of a new future for New York. Like this might be their time.
Exactly.
They're the most valuable franchise. They're like the Cowboys." But they're okay. They're all aren't the Cowboys bad? They're not as bad as the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're super popular. It's in New York, right? New York City. Wow. The Madison Square Garden. Like, that's the place. Right? Everyone knows about MSG. But if you've been bad for so long, people will take any slight amount of hope and be like, wow, we're saved.
Mm-hmm.
Like last season. And Knicks fans were like, whoa, we're saved. It's our time. And analysts and everyone was like, even we said that too. I think we at some point were like, yeah, the Knicks have a chance of having a good future. But then this season happened, and it just completely shut down any hopes of a good future.
You want me to
They
bring
don't
up
have a
some
good
interesting stats about
Go for
this team this year? No, just
Please.
something that caught my eye. So they're actually dead last in the league in made field goals.
Last.
They're 26th in total points, so their offense is obviously really bad. They're also dead last in assists. They're dead last in 2-point shots, and they're dead last in 2-point percentage. They're shooting under 50% from 2, which is like one of the only teams I think in the league. And here's like you can say all those, like obviously like it's pretty bad, right? Here's the thing that kills me: they take the second most free throw attempts in the league, and they're 26th in the free throw percentage.
Jeez. That's awful.
They take 24 free throws a game, and they're 26th in the league in free throw percentage. Now, do I think the free throw percentage by team is like incredibly like it varies from like 80 to 65%? No, it's gonna be around that 70s area, but you're still 26th.
That is very close, and just being 26, and like free throws are supposed. That's what they're called. Free throws. They're free.
They're definitely not free though. Holy.
Still though, not being able to score those buckets just severely hampers you, especially like towards the end of games, which that's what they're known for. They're blowing leads, right? New
Mhm.
York's known for blowing leads and getting blown out in the end. And especially in the fourth quarter when you get fouled a lot, if you can't convert those 2-point free throws, you will blow leads just like that. Cause you're down 6. All right, they foul you. Oh no, you're up 6. They foul you, right? And you keep missing the free throws. The other team's gonna score, and they're
Mhm.
caught up in their head. That just plays into that problem that they have. They can't hold leads
Mhm.
because their defense is bad this season. Dude. Oh, there's so many problems, dude.
There's a
What do you think is
lot
their
of
biggest problem?
problems. Their
There's
biggest
number
problem?
tell me one thing. What's the biggest issue they have?
I really just think it's like a lack. It's honestly, it's just the roster.
Roster.
I think it's literally just the Like I won't even say like parts of like the game. It's just the roster. Like a thing that's obviously killing them is my boy Kemba, who's just like not playing because they told him just like no, you're not playing. Do I think Kemba's the same? No, obviously not. He's not playing the same like he used to in Charlotte. But I mean, Kemba's not. You know the good thing though is about the Knicks.
Oh.
None of them are making big money. Nobody on the team's making over 20 mil.
Does that make 20 mil?
No, he's making 19.8 right now. But I think next year, hold on, it might be next year's when he starts getting the big money. Oh yeah, it is. Well, it's an increase at least, but because he signed the contract last year at the beginning of late August. He signed like the extension, so he's there now. It's for another 3-4 years.
Mm.
So I mean, it's rough. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's hard. It really is. It's just difficult to be like the supporter of your team, and your star player is taking awful shots. Like that's the number one thing: shot selection. And this dude is going out there as the star of the team, and just having a disaster class.
I would cry if I was a Knicks fan.
I don't know how he is on the defensive side either. Is he any good or no?
How good? I'm sure Julius Randle's exact.
Yeah, we'll end it on his defensive
109
stats.
defensive rating, 102 offensive.
Well,
Last season was 111 offensively. Like,
I don't care about offense. We already know about his
109
offense.
defensive.
109 is like average, right?
About average. Last season defensively he was about the same. I think just he seems so much worse this season just because his offense is not what it was last
That's the
season.
thing. He seems so much worse. He's not crazy worse, but he's.
It seems like it because like this. I think his efficiencies are blowing.
Has he
up, bro.
stayed the same?
Shoot.
No, he's definitely decreased from
He
last
can't
season.
shoot a lick. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is depressing. You know he had a 41 offensive rating in his rookie year.
Oh my god.
He played one game, so.
All right, well, one word to describe the Knicks' future, Vivian, and we'll wrap it up.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle.
2 words, but whatever.
All right, take us out.
Yeah, I mean, just you know how it is. Knicks fans, I'm sorry. You guys will not be good for another decade or so, maybe even longer. Anyways, I think it was a good video today. A little bit shorter than usual, but it was a good video. Had good discussion just the two of us today, but it was fun to record. And I hope you guys enjoyed the second part of this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll be coming back. We'll be
record.
coming back with more hot takes and stuff.
Yep.
Because we know that video kind of went
That
Dummy.
video did very well. It's our
But if you guys
second most
like certain things, just again, let us know down below, and we'll do
exactly.
them. So like,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Any video you guys enjoy, like we will literally, if one viewer says, "Hey, I liked this kind of video," we will sit there and make that video just for you. Like
mm,
we're chilling. All right, so yeah. You got anything else to say?
nope.
We chilling then. Yep. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. It's really awful right now where I am, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in
See
the next
ya.
one. Peace.